Hello all participants of Collins Conference. I'm very glad to present our research at this conference. The topic of this presentation is collection and processing of a medical corpus in Ukraine. First of all, I want to tell you why we took this domain for research and after present our result. So our agenda has a following structure: introduction, background and related work, UKRMED corpus creation, UKRMED characteristics, and discussion. Our team is interested in NLP, namely text simplification and semantic text analysis. We know such methods for text simplification are lexical, syntactical, and explanation generation. All these methods use such features as word length, word frequency, and part of speech. When we start to work with the task of medicine simplification, we run into a problem lack of specialized linguistic resources and corpora. Medicine domain we took as a perspective and interesting area, and the medical texts are very difficult in understanding due to they contain not only complex words in the general meaning, but a lot of special terms and notions from the medical domain. It causes difficulties in perception text and inconvenience in reading. And the analysis of the references in this domain shows that little attention is paid to the creation of a linguistic corpuses, especially the Ukrainian language and in the medical domain. However, many authors note the importance of studying medical texts. Therefore, we proposed to focus on the process of text corpus creation. So, our aim of this work is the medical text corpus in Ukrainian as a reference data set for future study. On this slide, you can see the pipeline of text corpus creation. On the first stage, we collect our data from different resources. We search in data in Wikipedia site or different social networks, medical e-libraries, the site of healthcare ministry, different blogs, etc. On the next stage, we collect our data and divide into three categories: simple text, this text from blogs, forums, etc., moderate text, this text from Wikipedia, and complex text, it's clinical protocols, scientific papers, medical books, etc. On the next stage, we need to check coding for each document in our corpus. We need to clean and tokenization, normalization our tokens. And on the next stage, we use post-tagger polymorphy tool for our corpus, collect different statistic features of our corpus, and after this we need to analyze all these values for our corpus. We need to collect our medical data from different resources. So we used medical clinical protocols, medical records, Wikipedia, social networks and blogs, digital libraries, etc. And first of all, we need to divide our text into three categories: complex, moderate, and simple text. Our corpus, UKRMED, the Ukrainian medicine text corpus, combines three medical text genres from different resources. On this slide, you can see a quantitative report of UKRMED, you can see number of sentence and number of tokens for each category. And on this slide, you can see the statistical text features for our corpus. On the macro level, we used text length in tokens, text length in letters. On the syntactic level, average sentence length in tokens, average sentence length in letters. And on the lexical level, average token length in symbols, percentage of unique words, percentage of monosyllables, average word repetition rate, and percentage of speech parts. For each of these text features, we receive such values. And as we found, such features as TLT, TLL, SLT, ATLS, and US from the previous slide have very close values. A small difference have SLL and M features. So these values are not obvious due to the average sentence length is bigger for moderate text, or the number of monosyllables, for example, fever, is bigger for the text from complex text. The main purpose for the future work with UKRMED is the analysis of readability and text simplification in the medical domain. Our plans for future, we want to use average word length in symbols for the text classification. And these diagrams show that the simple text category has the smallest length of words on average, but moderate text and complex text have similar values for token length. It helps us to future research for our text simplification. We use post-Steger polymorphy tool for the analysis of speech part of our corpus. And on this slide, you can see the result after the post-Steger stage. And this table shows that the most numerous parts are nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Other parts of speech are rather small in comparison with them. In our work, we try to analyze the most common words for each category. For this, on the preprocessing stage, all tokens were lemmatized using pi-morphy second. The results are presented on this slide. You can see the top 10 frequency lemmas for each category. You can see that some of these words are repeated and some are not. So words that are repeated in all categories are highlighted in blue, which are found in complex and moderate text in red, and the simple and moderate text in green. The category complex text is perfectly characterized by such words as treatment, pattern, study. They are at the top of the list of frequency tokens. Such a word as which is a frequency word for all three categories. Since, in our opinion, sentences in the medical field are quite long, and you have to use pronouns and subordinate clauses. Relative pronouns, for example, which or who, play the role of conjunction words for joint subordinate clauses to main ones. The word can, which is found on moderate text and simple text categories, is due to the fact that the discussion of diseases treatment is advisory. It is also a pronoun, and it allows you to highlight object in a speech situation. Though these pronouns connect the text, help to avoid repetition. And the word have has incorrect label. In our case, it must be noun, not a verb. So we have also disambiguation problem for our corpus. We create UKRMED corpus with the three text categories, describe the structure and the quantitative features of our corpus, and we investigated the statistic text features for UKRMED and analyze a statistic about lemmas for each category. For future, we plan to use this corpus for the text simplification, question answering services, and for NER task. So, thank you very much. Bye.